Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of 60 Formula. Hope you're doing well today. Today we are going to be talking about how we met. So if you aren't familiar, I'm from Florida, the United States, and my wife is from Sweden. And you might be wondering, yo, how did this dude meet this Swedish girl right here? This beautiful, gorgeous, lovely looking Swedish lady. How did that happen? Tell us the story of how you ended up with a Swedish woman, and kind of vice versa. Probably everyone in Sweden is like, how did she end up with this goofy looking weirdo from the United States? How did that happen?
Yes.
Let's go way back to before we were even dating. How did we meet? How did you meet me?
I found you in like 2018, 19.
She says it like I'm a dog that's lost. She's like, I found him.
Yeah, I found you on internet, on YouTube.
Okay. And
I started following you because I just got my dog, a husky, who I didn't know how to take care of. So I found you, you were a weirdo, and I started following you.
And you commented?
Yeah.
What would you say?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
Oh, you remember.
You were just very nice.
Yeah, of course.
You always just said really nice things.
I just thought that everyone was so boring who made husky content, and you at least had a little energy, a lot of energy, so I don't know. I just started watching, and that was before you started showing your face online though, so I
Wow.
had no idea how you looked.
That was before 10,000 subscribers. That was a long time ago. So you're one of the OGs. So basically I married one of my subscribers.
Yes. No, but you got hacked. I deleted you on Instagram because the hacker wrote, and I was like, F off. And I deleted you. I think I also deleted my entire Instagram, and then I got a new one, and I was like, I wonder what this guy is up to nowadays. And that was in 2022, I think.
Yeah, so we went back and forth. We were just like really cordial acquaintances. We didn't know each other.
No.
But we were just like, hey, hi, hope you're doing well.
But then in September 2022, he slid into my comment section on Instagram.
And I was like,
You should come to America
Yeah, you were very cool.
and bring your dog and we should go camping.
I was smooth.
No.
That was smooth.
You were.
No one knew what I was up to.
You were. No, and then we started sending PMs on Instagram, I think, and one day, or I think it probably was the same or the day after, you were like,
Hey, can I have your phone number?
I said that?
yeah.
I asked for your phone number?
Yeah, and at first when you started like texting me in private on Instagram, I was like, oh, he's hacked again.
You thought I was fake.
Yeah.
You thought it was just like a hacker trying to be like, I'm gonna score this Swedish
Yeah,
chick
I was
with
like,
this.
oh, are you gonna ask me for money again, like the hacker did? And I was like, no, he's probably hacked.
And then we started sending each other videos like every day. Not those kinds of videos.
Like when I woke up in the morning and I was out with Akira, or when I drank my coffee, I was like, hey, good morning, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, and that was 6 hours
Before-
ahead of me. So I like was waking up when you were already halfway done with your day. And then one day we just started being like, oh, I like you. And you like me.
Yeah, well, you did this weird thing first for me. You were like, can I call you? And I was like, what the is wrong with him? Why would he call?
Because I want to talk to you on the phone. I wanted to make sure that you weren't a hacker.
Oh,
You could have been a hacker.
a hacker who hacked your hacker who hacked my Instagram
That's
to
right.
talk to you.
Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you on the phone. I don't think that's weird.
I think it's weird.
And so then I was like, do you want to...
I think we talked about it.
And I was like, you should be my girlfriend.
Oh, yeah.
And you were like... All right, so basically we met through
YouTube.
my YouTube channel. Then I started promising you that I would fly to Sweden. I was like, I'll come visit. I'll come meet you.
In December, you were gonna come to begin with.
It took some time.
It took some time because you had to fix your passport. Time went. It went past the date that we were supposed to come to Sweden, and
Yeah, you started thinking I was never going to come.
yeah.
Well, I thought that the passport was going to be done in like 2 weeks, but it took like a month and a half, which was wild. I had to do a new photograph and they denied that photograph and then I had to bring in a new one. It was like really crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't think you. I was like, oh, okay.
But then I did.
You did, and you wanted to come to Sweden first because he's a gentleman. He don't want the woman to fly over to America to meet some weirdo.
So it was much more safe for me than it seemed like it would have. I mean, you would have been safe either way. I'm just saying it seemed like more safe. Anyways.
So was it in the end of January you arrived or February?
Yeah, it was like January 22nd or 23rd. We like immediately fell in love. And
Can you like put in a picture here? We have a picture from the first day we met.
yeah, I'll put it in.
Put it in here?
Over here.
There.
Over there.
When we were young.
That's when we met. That was our first picture we ever
The
took.
first picture.
That was the first time I was starving.
Yeah.
Because it takes like 15 to 18 hours to get from Florida to Sweden. So it was the longest I had flown, I think, other than one other time. So I made it over here and then we hung out every day. I was supposed to stay for 1 week and I stayed for a month.
Yeah.
Which is wild to think about.
And you even were at the airport a few times. I took you there.
I couldn't leave. I didn't want to because I just would miss her so much, and I didn't like know how it was gonna work. So I can't believe I stayed a month. You had a guest for a month.
My daughter wasn't super amused.
So okay, yeah, and then basically I just felt like I knew that Linda was the one right away. Yeah, even though she lived so far away. So after the month happened, you came back to the United States. You visited the United States for the first time.
Yeah.
You stayed for how long? Like 3 weeks?
3 weeks, I think. Yes.
Yeah. So we would our first time we met, we spent like a month and almost 2 months together. And what did I do when we went back to Florida?
Well, one thing I remember most, this is not about it, but was that you poured glue into your contacts. So you had to wear glasses the entire time because
that was when I was here the first time in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but when we went to where you grew up,
I proposed.
you proposed.
What did you say?
And then, let me think about it. No, I said yes. I think I said yes. I don't remember what you said, and I just know that I was
like,
No. Is it visible?
Yeah, you can see it. That's the wedding ring and the engagement ring now.
Yeah.
So then after I proposed, which was in March, we decided to have a wedding when?
We got legally married on May. March. I have a problem. March, May. We got engaged on March 3rd is our engagement. May 30th is our legal wedding.
That's true. May 30th.
2023.
Yes.
Yes.
And we got married where?
In St. Augustine,
Florida.
in Florida. It was amazing. It was a hideous little courtroom.
It was a little courtroom wedding.
Oh yeah, with those ugly flowers.
I was like, I'm locking it down right now.
Yeah.
And I did. So that's what you do. Gentlemen, if you want a Swedish woman, you send them over to America, specifically Florida, you throw them in a courtroom and you lock it down. And then we had our big wedding in Sweden.
November 4th, 2023. We went to the venue we wanted and we were like, when is the next date?
And there was only one left.
There was only one left, so we had, I think we had like 8 months to plan the wedding, and it was crazy.
Yes, it was.
From different parts of the world.
Yeah, I had to go back to Florida a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And be by myself.
And we had to plan it from 2 different locations.
Yep, we were trying to get me to move to Sweden as quickly as possible, but that took how many years?
2 years and a month, I think, 722 days.
We were married for a whole year before I could even come here.
No, 2 years.
We were married, oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, we were married for almost 2
and a
years. So if you want to live in Sweden and you're American, that's a whole other story. I don't have much tips for you on that. That's very hard to
No,
do.
just hope for the best.
You gotta cross your fingers, you gotta cross your toes, cross your ears, cross anything else on your body that can be crossed. And hope and pray.
Yeah. Well, first we waited a year, got declined,
That's right.
and we made an appeal with a lawyer. They approved that appeal. They started looking into it again, and then
That took another year.
a year after that.
And now I'm here.
Now you're here.
And that's how we met.
Yes.
Are you happy?
Nah. Yes, I'm happy. I would be even happier if it was nice weather and I was in Florida now. But we have everything here now. We have me, we have the husband, we have 3 huskies, and a teenager.
It's great. It's fun. So that is how we met. That's how we came from the United States and Sweden, found each other, and fell in love. And then I finally moved to Sweden to be here. And that's the whole story.
But if you really love someone, it works.
Yeah, it's hard. You gotta really want it.
We did it.
But we did it. Well, we hope you guys had fun. That's the story of how we met. If you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments down below. If you live in America and you want to know what it's like getting to Sweden, let us know if you have any questions, or if you're in Sweden and you want to know how to meet a fantastic American guy like myself, but not me. I'm off limits. You can go ahead and write in the comments below.
Yeah.
And we had fun hanging out with you guys today. Yeah.
Can you also link to the TikTok?
Yeah, I can link the TikTok because we post all sorts of shorts from the videos that we make here. So yeah, and we'll see you next time with another episode of Guess What?
Whatever we make. Peace.
Peace.